So we'll start our discussion with the Indian President. Write the heading, President. President. And below that, please write Article 52, the President of India, and give a dash, there shall be a President of India. It's a constitutional position. There is no option. We need to have the President. Done? See, the Indian President is known by various names. You can mention all these things below. They are referred to as, of course, the head of state. Head of state. Who is the head of government? PM or CM are head of governments, head of state. They're also called nominal head. Nominal head refers to a person who does not have real powers. Why, we'll discuss later on. So also called the nominal head. Sometimes referred to as the figurehead. Symbolic in nature. Figurehead. But of course, the president is the official head of the country. So we also call this person de jure head. De jure, D-E-J-U-R-E. De jure means by law, legally. Legally, senior most person. And once you know more about this fellow, you will start calling the president as a rubber stamp. Why? We will see that also shortly. Okay? They don't really hold real powers in the country. The real power is controlled by the Prime Minister, and that's why they are known as a mere rubber stamp. Okay. Anyway. Before we begin our discussion on the powers, etc., the first thing to understand is how are these people elected? Heading, election. Very easy and simple. Election. So when it comes to election of the Indian President, of course, we have some constitutional provisions that govern the conduct of elections. So, first, as per Constitution, so we have certain articles like Article 54, 55, 71 that primarily deal with his election process. We also have the law, the President and VP Election Act 1952. This law gives us a lot of details on, how can somebody contest, what is the procedure, etc. All these things. Now, one more thing. When you make a law, the law needs to also be implemented in the country. To implement laws, we need rules. I'll give you a simple example. There's a law in the country called Motor Vehicles Act of 1988. That's a law. Under that law, there's a section 127 or 128 which says that if you are taking a two-wheeler for a ride outside, you must wear a safety headgear. That's the term that they use. Safety headgear, which means what? Helmet. That's what they say in the law. Now you take your bike out and you wear a birthday cap on your head, and the police stops you, say, "This is my safety headgear. Check the law." The law only mentions what? Safety. This is my magical headgear. My family priest has told me, if I wear this, nothing will happen to me. Should we allow that? Of course not. But then the law just says this only. That is why rules have to be made by the government to implement laws properly. So separate rules have been made that the safety headgear can be of these materials like, say, carbon fiber, plastic, steel, iron, diamond, whatever is mentioned there. Similarly, we have the law and we have rules also. So number 3, the President and VP election rules 1974. So this is the entire situation. Some points to know. The election is conducted by ECI, Election Commission of India. Okay. Now let's look at the voting pattern. So we had the election of Indian President a few years back in 2022. We'll have it again next year. So did anyone here vote for the election of President? No. No interest in voting. Or not eligible to vote. Why? Because of age. Because of criteria actually. So who are the electors? Elector meaning voter for the election of President. So very simple. If you look at the election of President, only elected MPs and elected MLAs can vote. So we can't vote. Unless somebody sitting here is a hidden secret MP or MLA. We can't vote. Only elected MPs, elected MLAs of states can vote. Now, when I say states, certain UTs are also included. So we have 8 UTs in the country. Okay. Some UTs have assemblies also. Are you aware of this? Any idea? Which UTs have assemblies? Jammu and Kashmir, Delhi, Pondicherry or Puducherry. 3 UTs have assemblies, of which 2 UTs MLAs are also included. Delhi and Puducherry as of now. So this is what makes up for the entire Electoral College. Electoral College means voter list. List of all the voters. Are we clear? So very simple. The Electoral College comprises of MPs and MLAs. MP, of course, you know very well this fellow. MP or MLA? MLA, MP. So MLA, MP, various people who are all elected. That's the condition or the criteria. Are we clear? So all the elected MPs of all the states and all the elected MLAs of all the states, they are a part of voter list. Okay. Please write the subheading now. Electors in bracket Electoral College. And here itself, please write Article 54. Article 54 gives us this piece of information about electors. Done. Below that, please write all elected MPs, all elected MLAs. of states. So your deputy CM is here, at least for some people. Recently, Sanatani. Have you seen his earlier videos? Right now, he's a full-fledged, very religious person. Few years back, he was not. This is politics. Don't feel bad. What is he's power star? What is star is he? Power star. Then who is mass star? Oh, Chiranjeevi is master. Okay. So, fans don't feel offended, but that is politics. Now, here in bracket, right? States include UTs of Delhi and Puducherry. UTs of Delhi and Puducherry. Okay. Now a question can come in your mind that, sir, why don't we have Jammu and Kashmir here? So in the last election in 2022, J&K did not have an assembly. So we did not feel the need. Now next year, J&K will also have to be added here in the list of these UTs. For that, we'll have to amend Article 54. So once amendment happens, then J&K will be added. As of now, they are not allowed. Clear? And we don't need to make this change right now because elections are next year. Maybe by the end of this year or in the next year early part, we will have that amendment where Jammu and Kashmir will also be added in this list under Article 54. Are you clear? Okay, great. Which also helps us understand one more point. These are people who are included, Electoral College, voter list, and who are not included. All elected, nominated MPs. So right now I'm not sure whether you're aware, but in the case of, let's say, Rajya Sabha, is this color visible to all? In the case of Rajya Sabha has 245 MPs in total. Out of these 245 MPs, 233 MPs are elected, indirectly but elected. And other 12 MPs are nominated. So these are people who have contributed greatly in the field of art, literature, science and social service. And they are directly nominated by the president. And hence they cannot vote. Because only elected MPs can vote. Clear? And number two, yesterday we saw that there are 6 states which have councils. Remember? Andhra, Telangana, Bihar, all these states. In those councils, we have people called MLCs, not MLA. MLA is in the assembly, MLC in the council. So these cannot vote and also MLCs cannot vote. Clear? Now change the paragraph please and write legislators who are not a part of Electoral College. Legislators who are not a part of Electoral College. Number 1. Right below. Nominated MPs. MLCs. Who is that person? Any idea? Former Chief Justice of India, Justice Ranjan Gogoi. This one. You know this lady? Oh, P.T. Usha. This person, always in news for weird reasons nowadays. Nitish Kumar. He is a CM of Bihar. Whichever party comes to power, he joins hand with that party and becomes CM. So he has changed his party in the last 10 years 4 or 5 times. Sometimes BJP, sometimes RJD. He keeps on changing sides, subject to one condition. What's the condition? CM. And he is not even directly elected. He comes from council, not an MLA. So recently was in news for snatching the burqa of a student who came. Old age problems. Because there is no cutoff age for politicians. Post 75, 80. Like Joe Biden, USA. He had lost it completely. He was acting in a crazy manner. Press would ask him something, he would respond something else. Once he came out of a security meeting and the press asked him, so what was the excerpt? What is the summary of the meeting, sir? And he thinks and pauses and then says, chocolate ice cream is very nice. Maybe he just heard the question 2 days back and then he was recollecting that question's answer. We don't know. Old age problems. Anyway. So these people can't vote. Justice Gogoi has been in news for very unique kind of reasons. Of course, he was a part of that Ayodhya judgment. So people normally see him as slightly tilted towards BJP. But that's not the case. Anyway, so they can't vote. Now we have decided upon the people who can vote, who cannot vote. But now comes the real catch here. The real concern is how is the election held. Okay. So let's write some important aspects here. Number 1, election is indirect. Yes. Why indirect? Because we don't vote. Elected people are voting. Hence indirect. And we follow a system which is called system of proportional representation. By means of single transferable vote. I'll explain what this term means, so don't panic at all. Just write it for now. Okay, and voting is always by a secret ballot. What is secret ballot? Ballot refers to the box, ballot box, where the vote is put. So secret ballot means you don't have to show your vote to others. Vote in secrecy. Like, have you ever voted in the Lok Sabha Vidhan Sabha elections? Anyone here? So when you go to the polling booth, inside the polling booth, they cover that EVM area with cardboard box so that nobody sees what button you are pressing. Yes or no? So outside you take money from all the parties. Inside you go and press the nota button. Nobody will come to know. Okay. So voting is by secret ballot. Also, in the case of president's election, we still use paper ballots. Okay. We don't have EVM. So no EVM. And there is no nota. What is nota? None of the above. You can't reject the candidate. If you reject the candidate, then your vote is cancelled. Okay. So, no EVM, no nota. You can also add one more thing. No proxy. You know proxy? Of course you know proxy. In your college days, you tried very hard to get proxy, never successful. So this is the proxy. Meaning, can somebody else go and vote on the behalf of MP if MP is in coma? Right? then what happens? Nothing, his vote is gone. Are you clear? Imagine if you don't go to vote, will the election be cancelled? Of course not, nobody cares. So this is a situation. Now comes a real question here. How do we vote? See, should we proceed from here? The manner of election is a slightly different one. Normally, in the Lok Sabha election, we follow a simple rule. One person, one vote. Yes or no? Why? Because when you go to the polling booth, you press the button, you are representing yourself. So yourself, one vote. So in general elections, we follow the funda of one person, one vote. This is the normal situation. But here we have two different types of voters. One is an MP, the other is an MLA. Are they the same? Of course not. These are two people at different levels. MLA is at the state level. MP is at the central level. Right? Difference. My question to you is, who is more important? Tell me. MP or MLA? MP. How? Who is commanding a larger area? What do you feel? MP or MLA? MP, of course. Since yesterday the population of Telangana people was more, we have to go with them only. For examples, no, don't worry, I'll cover Andhra also sometimes. But democracy. Telangana, how many MPs are there in your state? Do you have any idea? In Lok Sabha? Okay, 17 MPs. This means this is the state of Telangana. It is divided into 17 different parts. Okay, this is how much? 16? 17. 17 different parts. Clear? Now, how many MLAs are there in your state? MLAs are 119. This means the same state is now divided into how many parts? 119 parts. This means, of course, we have to have more lines now. Right? Now, this means only one thing. This area, all the people of this area are voting to choose what? MLA. And all the people of this entire area are choosing to vote what? MP. Who is representing more people? MP. So when MP goes and casts vote in the election of president, and when an MLA goes and casts vote, should their vote value be the same? Of course not. It should not be the same. MP has more importance. So his vote value should be higher than that of MLA's vote value. Is this point clear to you? The concept basically. That is why we have to firstly find out what should be the vote value of an MP. Meaning, if the MP presses the button or casts vote in your favor, how many votes will you get? We have to calculate that. And for that, Gopalaswamy Iyengar gave a formula also to calculate the vote value. It's very easy and simple to calculate the vote value. So, the vote value for MLA firstly. Vote value of MLA. Very easy. We take the population of the entire state and divide that population with the number of elective seats or number of MLAs in the state. State population upon number of elective seats. Done? But see, the state population is very large. This one becomes very big. So to simplify it, we say, let's do one thing. Let's divide this by 1000. So we multiply by 1 by 1000. This becomes a formula. You place the data, solve, you get the value of vote of your MLA. But again, a small concern here. State population, when? Yesterday, today, 5 days before yesterday, 2011 census, 1951, when? Which population? That's also a confusion, right? Change in population will change the vote value. Yes or no? So we take the population of what? (1971) census. Why? I'll come to it. Write the next heading. Manner of election, vote value formula. Manner of election, vote value formula.